Hey guys, I'm back with another self-improvement video. Now in this video, as you may have read the title, it is about procrastination. And man, I still deal with this and I know plenty of you do as well. You know, when you have a deadline coming up, maybe work related or academic related, doesn't matter. And you keep on postponing it. You know what? I'll do it tomorrow. You know what? I'll do it tomorrow, day after, next week. That's fine. When it gets worse, I'll tell you when. When it's 5 p.m. and you were supposed to start it. No, it's okay. I will do it at 6 p.m. You watch a YouTube video or you do something, you get busy, you get distracted with something else. Then it's 6:05. You know what? I'll do it at 7. Because you just passed 5 minutes away, you just do it at 7. Yeah, fine. I'll do it at 7. Then it's 7:02. You know what? 7:30 is okay. I'll start 7:30. And then you keep prolonging it. And then what happens? You have few hours left for you to complete your work, and you completely rush it, mess it up, and submit a half-assed assignment or your work report. And we all deal with this, right? It's a normal thing now. But what causes it? You might think that the surrounding or what you do day-to-day basis does not affect it, but that's where you are wrong. Unfortunately, there are a couple of reasons this is happening to you. All right. The first one is you are distracted, which you might have guessed it, of course, right? But why are you distracted? You are overstimulating your brain with your phone, with Netflix, with video games, with phone, I mean like texting, YouTube, all of that. Being on Tinder, swiping left, swiping right. That is overstimulating your brain. What this does is it gets you hooked. Once you're hooked, you don't know what's going on around you. Time is flying at that point. Yeah. You know how you sit, for example, okay, a lot of people do this, but they sit for lunch or dinner, they want to watch a YouTube video. All right. They look for a video that they would like to watch while they're having their food. There is 20, 30 videos you scroll through, already overstimulating your brain. There's so much information continuously dropped onto your head, and you're like, oh, maybe this video, maybe that video, fine. You take a video. Now that video is 1 hour. Amazingly, people match their eating time to the time of the video, the length. So they'll be eating for a whole hour. Or sometimes you finish your food in 5 minutes and you're spending the rest of your time just sitting and watching because it's your dinner. My dinner is food and mobile and YouTube and Netflix. This is what the issue is. You're continuously distracted, overstimulating yourself. Why you do this? Because unfortunately, these devices that we have around us are built that way, man. And it is what is causing procrastination for you completely. What else can it be? You do this because of instant gratification, right? You go to your Instagram, you go through 1 reel, 2 reels, 3 reels. The next thing you are on Instagram for a whole hour and you did not even realize. It happens, right? You get hooked onto it because it's instant gratification. Oh, someone liked my post, someone commented this, someone texted me this. Oh, this is a nice post, I need to go like it. That's what's going on, right? Then, the other reason you could procrastination is because you do not understand how time works. You keep piling up the work. Like how I mentioned, how the person is, like an example that I gave in the video earlier was how the person is continuously saying, They would do their work now, then at this time, and they never do it. They do it, but pretty much at the end, when there's like, they just gonna not give the best effort that they could have given if they started way before, right? And you keep piling up the work till the end. Like, I'll do it next week, there's that, then the next one morning you wake up, you have 20 reports lined up. Imagine what you're gonna do. Of course you're gonna mess all of them up. You keep piling it up. Why this happens is because, like I mentioned, of course, you have your overstimulation, right? But you become lazy as well. You just do. Because you feel, because you can do it tomorrow, you can do it at the next hour, you just become lazy and you do things that maybe you shouldn't be doing at that time. You should be using that time to actually not procrastinate. Go hit the gym or whatever you had planned during the day. This laziness comes because of lack of discipline. When you don't have self-discipline, you will do this. I'll make a video about this later on, of course, but you need to be self-disciplined to not be able to procrastinate, because you can't let your mind take you wherever. It is like the feather is blowing in the wind and it's going wherever. You can't do that. That's not how your mind is supposed to be working. You're supposed to be in control of yourself, in control of your mind. You're supposed to be self-disciplined. Right? And I'm struggling with it, maybe not as much as before, because I have self-discipline in me, right? But I still, at times, I'm struggling with it, where maybe there's something in work which I will be like, maybe I'll prolong it, you know? And you also procrastinate. This is the one that just came to my head. You maybe do it because you don't like what you want to do. Maybe you don't like that task. That's why you keep on procrastinating. I want to prolong it. I don't like hitting the gym, so I'll just hit next day, next week, next month, next year, next decade. Or you don't want to do some kind of task at work because it's really boring to you. This is it. That's why you procrastinate, maybe because you don't like doing that. But see, I'll tell you something. Everybody in this world, no matter who you are, we always have to do things we don't like. Maybe someone has to do it lesser than you. Not as much, but I'm telling you for a fact, everybody has to do something they don't like. But that does not mean we procrastinate and we don't bother doing it, or we do it in a very non-effort, way, and not putting our best in it. No. You're procrastinating because of that as well, which is understandable. And this creates a cycle. You know how you have good habits, positive habits, and you create a routine in life? You have a procrastination cycle also. I'll give you a very good example of this here. Using your phone, of course, overstimulating the brain continuously. I open Instagram. I scroll through Instagram. Watch some reels, an hour passes. I open YouTube. Watch some shorts, an hour passes. Then I go back on Instagram. Someone texts it on the group. Let me send them some reels. Again, an hour passes by. Oh, there's a new podcast by some entertainer. Again, 1 hour gone there. It doesn't end there, by the way. It never does. Then you go on to Netflix. Amazing. Because everything is in the palm of your hand now. Right? So it's so easy to overstimulate. And it becomes a cycle. Then you're continuously doing this to yourself. Or maybe if you're not overstimulating yourself like this, you are distracting yourself with other things that maybe, like I said, you're not supposed to be doing. Instead of doing that assignment, you go, no, I'll just go take my dog for a walk. It's okay. I can do it later. No. I will go meet my friends. I'll chill with them for a bit. When I know I'm supposed to be working on something, but no, I'm going and meeting my friends first. I'm procrastinating, finding distractions, finding reasons, unnecessary reasons to delay my own work. This is what procrastination is. Enough about that. How you want to change this is the reason you're watching this video. It's very simple. Well, not very simple, but simple in terms of me to say, but it's going to take time for you to implement it. All right. But if you start now, slowly, one by one, you can, for sure. The way I did it was by using this method called time blocking. So I would give certain hours of my day, or I would time block certain activities of the day to that time. For example, from this time to this time, I'm in the gym, I'm going to hit the gym. From this time to this time, I'm going to sleep, so I'm going to sleep. From this time to this time, I'm going to be at work. Maybe work does sometimes not fit there, but I put time blocks on the tasks that I'm supposed to do at work. So for example, if I have to go meet a client or I have to go monitor something, then okay, this is my time. In this much time, I have to be back. Okay, I need to make this report. Okay, in this much time, I'll make this report. Done. I need to have this meeting, or I need to anything that is related to work, I would do time blocks for it. That's a very good way, because time management is what you need. And it's starting, or not starting, but one of the very crucial steps to actually not procrastinate. Because when you have your times organized and when everything is going according to what you have made, it's amazing. You feel fulfilled from inside. Try it out. Trust me. If you don't time block completely, it's okay. Use your phone, right? That's the reason I give phone examples, and you might be wondering, well, because we all use the phone. We all have a phone. So instead of using it for Instagram, for YouTube, and wasting your time on Netflix, little bit is okay. But when you are, like I mentioned, when it's making you procrastinate is where the biggest issue is, right? Not supposed to be that. So make good use of the phone. You can put your whole routine on your phone if you didn't know. You can ask it. I have an iPhone, right? So I'll say, hey Siri, can you please set a time from 6 a.m. to 7:30 a.m., for example, for a gym workout. Something like that. I'll make a routine on it and keep reminding me. You can set alert. So every, like, the 5 minutes before is my alert. So when I have to do something, 5 minutes before that, I'll get a reminder on my phone saying, this is what you're supposed to be doing next. Okay, cool. Perfect. So time management is important. Now, for some people, maybe they'll also manage with the time. They will set the time, but they don't know how to start the work. I understand that. Maybe what you have to make is a 20-page report, and you are already worrying about making the 20-page report. You're feeling anxious that, oh my God, I have to do 20 pages. Set small steps and goals. In this much time, in 30 minutes, you know what? I will make 2 pages, or I'll make 1 page. Small goals and small steps is very important. You can not only use this for time management, but everything, literally. Small steps, that's all you need. Small successes. Because that's what will lead you to the 100%. One step at a time, right? So when you break down those things that you want to procrastinate on, those reports or whatever, if it's going to the gym, fine, understandable. Show up to the gym, man. Who's asked you to go do a full workout? Show up to the gym, 10 minutes, I'll do a treadmill today. That's it. I'm not going to do a 1-hour workout. I'm just going to go on the treadmill today. This for someone who is starting, by the way, right? Not if you have been lifting for a while and then you start doing this. That's kind of moving mad. Don't do that. But for someone who is starting off, 10 minutes is understandable. It's cool. Start showing up. Small steps, always. That's what will get you to overcome procrastination, right? Then what you need is having productive habits. So when you slowly are able to overcome your procrastination after doing time management, time blocking, and actually being able to take small steps, what you'll feel is you'll feel productive and you'll feel fulfilled, like I mentioned. Once you feel fulfilled, you'll be able to do more tasks. Because you feel good. Delayed gratification. Instead of instant gratification, delayed gratification. And now you're feeling good about it. You know how a person goes to the gym and they only see some of their progress after months of working hard. Months. It's not like on Instagram you post a picture and you get 100 likes. It doesn't work like that. You only get to see your results after so long. And that's what I mean by delayed gratification. There's a different feeling when you put in the effort, the hard work, eating right to build the body that you really want to. That feeling of fulfillment that you get, there is nothing that can beat it. And that helps you stop procrastination because you're becoming a productive person. That's how you can overcome procrastination. It's for sure like a challenge, but gotta overcome this. And you can by using these techniques. Keep your phone away, don't overstimulate yourself. That's literally one of the best things you can do. Keep a time limit on your phone. For example, if you know that on that certain week you have to put a lot of effort into doing something, you keep your time limit for the app 30 minutes, whichever app you like using the most, TikTok, Insta, whatever it is, man. Right? I'm not asking you to stop using it. Eventually, when you reduce your time, you'll probably stop using it. That's what happened with me. Just completely stop using it. Those apps are good if you're using them to make content, not just be a consumer, but to produce something. That's when you're really taking the full advantage of these apps, right? But set 30 minutes. It'll help you overcome the procrastination because when you're like this for 30 minutes, right? And suddenly that timer comes, boom, yeah, your time is up, mate. You gotta go home, gotta start your work. Simple. That's all it is. This time limit also. You see how everything is related to time management? That's the way you overcome procrastination. Now, it's like once you actually see yourself doing it, like I mentioned, and you become a more productive person, you feel more fulfilled. There is such a good benefit at the end of the day. But then it becomes like a routine also, right? You won't be procrastinating as much. You'll start reducing. Like for me, I just reduce a lot. By a mile, I would say it is reduced, right? It still is there in some areas, like I said, but not as much as it was before. Why? Because I understood, yeah, time management is important. Sleeping on time is important. Waking up on time is important. That's how you do it. And I would like you, if you have time, you can go read this book, Dopamine Detox. So it's, of course, not related completely to procrastination, but it really emphasizes on how social media, video gaming, and any kind of entertainments that you have, they hijack like your dopamine system, that instant dopamine, tuck, 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 it's gone. Once you read that book, you understand how the devices around you, how entertainment like this is controlling you, which is kind of messed up when you read about it. So I would suggest you read that book. It really covers how our brain's reward system has changed. Right? It has changed in a way that we are just looking for instant dopamine. That's why I don't want to hit the gym. Why? Because I can go on Instagram, got my dopamine there. But I won't go to the gym. No. I won't go for 1 year to see some of my progress. No, I won't. This is the problem because of a reward system right here is messed up completely. And why I keep saying our? Because it is. All of us. In this day and age, some or the other way, doesn't matter where in the spectrum you are facing that issue. Maybe a lot of it, maybe less, doesn't matter. You're facing that issue. And I'm honestly, I know some people who still use old Nokia phones. Those people have done the smartest thing they could have ever done. Literally, their dopamine has not messed it up for them. Their reward system is probably still intact. So yeah, read that book. It also help you understand how you can use it to break the cycle of procrastination. Alright, I hope you guys have enjoyed this video. My last video was on gratitude, as you all know. Please do go check that out as well. And yeah, like I mentioned, the outro is always going to be the same now, which we discovered last video. Do what your best version of yourself is going to be doing. Always. Any challenge you're facing, anything that you're currently doing, if you're ever procrastinating, feeling lazy, think what the best version of yourself would be doing. He would be working on the task which he's avoiding continuously. That's what he would be doing. Always imagine the best version of yourself. That's the person you have to be. Imagine, when we all die, at the end of the day, eventually it's inevitable, right? It happens. And then they show you who you could have become. And you were not able to become that person. You weren't able to become this. Imagine you've seen the best version of yourself. And unfortunately, because of procrastination, like mentioned this video, you didn't reach it. That's going to hurt a lot. And no, I'm not going to bear that pain. Why? Because I'm working on it to become the best version of myself. And that's what you should be doing as well. I hope this video has changed your mindset towards procrastination, giving you a different perception of why you should stop overstimulating yourself, for example. Anyways, see you guys. Take care. I love you all.